Okay.
Hi y'all, it's Marie again. It's still March 13th, Wednesday. I wanted to show you my new blue cup. It's a 24 ounce. See how big it is? I bought it for when I start drinking water, and I bought it in blue, even though it does have snowflakes on it. But it also has dots, you know, like dots, dark blue, light blue dots, and bigger dots. And so I like the mixture of the snowflakes and the dots, and I like the blue too. And like I said, it's 24 ounce. And right now I have my tea in there. Anyhow, this video is going to be called Reflections. I've been thinking about this for the past couple days, and ever since I found out about Heidi and her stroke, I was remembering when I had my stroke. I was only 44 years old. This was like back in March 9th, 2007. My husband had to refresh my memory when exactly it was, and that was the day of my niece's birthday. So what happened that day, I'll tell you. I was trying to take a nap, and I think my husband was trying to rest also. We were both napping. And when I was napping, one time I couldn't feel my left side. And this went on for about maybe 20 minutes. When I couldn't move my arm, I couldn't just feel the whole left side. And I didn't think nothing of it. I said, that's weird, and then I went back to napping. Well, about an hour later, it started happening again. It went away. And then it started happening again. I couldn't feel my left side. Now, I was timing it, and this lasted up to, I think, about 45 minutes that I couldn't feel my left side. And I woke up my hubby, because he had to go to work that night. And I said, I think something's going on with me, because I can't feel my left side, and it happened twice. The first one, I told him the first one was 20 minutes, and the second one was 45 minutes, and then I said, I think we should go to the hospital. So we called the cab, and we went to the hospital. And, you know, they put me in a room. They were taking, you know, see if I had a fever. They took my blood pressure. And my blood pressure was, what was it, Alan? 200 over...
I can't remember. It was high.
But
way high.
The top one was over 200 and some, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the top one was like over 200, and I don't know what the bottom one was, but they were very concerned because they said it was really, really high. So they kept me in that room, and they were waiting for me to get into, you know, another room. And so I had to wait there for at least 2 or 3 hours, and I told my husband, I said, well, you can't go to work now because we're here at the hospital, and so you better just call in. And so he did. He told them that, you know, I was at the emergency room, and so he wouldn't be going in that day. And anyway, so finally they get me into my own room, and so my husband, he just went home, you know, because it was late. It was about 10 or 11 at night. So he went home, and he kept his phone turned on just in case I needed to call. And when I got into my room, the nurse had told me, now don't get out of bed. She says, and if you have to go to the bathroom and stuff, she says, call the nurse, and we'll come and help you. You know, they didn't want me to go to the bathroom by myself. And I said, oh, okay, you know. So anyway, so finally I had to call them, and, you know, and so they came and they took me to the bathroom. And as I was getting ready to sit down, turn around and sit down to get on the toilet, that's what happened. I fell to the left. I fell really hard on my left side. And I wasn't seizuring or anything. I just had fallen. And I don't even think I blacked out, right, Alan? I was still awake.
I don't know. You were still awake, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I blacked out, I think, because, and so what happened was I felt really hard on my left side, including my left knee. And the nurse was right there. There's just no way she could have stopped me from, or helped me from falling because it happened so fast. So she ran and got help because, you know, they needed help getting them because I was so big that they needed help and get me out of the bathroom. So what happened was there was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 people, nurses and whoever were there, and they were afraid to pull me, to move me and all that. And so what they did, and this was so embarrassing, but they got a gurney that, you know, they hooked it to me, and they were able to get me out that way. And I was so embarrassed. I was like, I was crying, I was shaking up, I was just, you know, freaking out. And the couple of the nurses kept telling me, calm down, we're gonna get you to your bed, calm down. And I was just like, I gotta call my husband, and I was just totally freaking out. And so they got me to the bed, and I was still kept saying, you know, I need to call my husband, tell him what happened to me. And they said, well, we need to give you a pill to relax you, to calm your nerves because you're really shaken up. And I said, yeah, I know. And so I was like trying to calm down with my crying, and because that's never happened to me before. I've never, you know, fell just trying to go to the bathroom. I mean, I was just trying to go pee, and then all of a sudden I'm on the floor and boom. And anyway, so they gave me a sedative, and about an hour later, and I called my husband late. Wasn't late, Al, like about 1 or 2 in the morning.
Something like that.
When I called him, and I was crying when I called him. I said I fell in the bathroom, and really hard and stuff, and I hurt my left side or something, I told him. And so he came the next morning. You know, he didn't want to come just now. He said he was going to try to go back to sleep. I said okay. And so he came the next morning. And did they do the MRI that day?
Yes.
Okay, so they then told me, well, we have to see why you fell, so we're going to do an MRI on you. And I said, I've never had that done before. And so they did an MRI on me, and was it after that, that's when they told me I had the stroke, mini stroke?
Yeah.
Right at like a couple hours later or something like that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so it took a couple hours, and they came back and told me that I had had a mini stroke. And because, you know, I was still talking, I was still able to move my, you know, hands, my arms and legs and stuff. It's just what happened was I messed up my knee, and that's what they had told me. So they waited for, I think it was a couple days before I had that surgery, right, Ellen?
Something like that.
Yeah, so a couple days after I had that surgery, after I had the stroke, I had to have knee surgery. They had to go in there, and what they had seen on the MRI, it was way worse than what they had thought. They had to go in there, and I mean, everything was just torn up. The meniscus, how do you say that?
Meniscus, yes.
Meniscus, the cartilage, and all that, it was just torn.
Cartilage.
I mean, cartilage, whatever. It was just torn. There was nothing, it was like, nothing holding, you know, it, or whatever. And I had to stay at the hospital for at least 2 weeks. They had me in I was in a wheelchair for that time, and then I went to a rehab place for about another 2 or 3 weeks.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I was at the rehab, you know, where I was learning how to walk again, because I had had this big knee brace, kind of like my thing I'm wearing now. It went all the way up to past my knees, and so I had to wear that, and I had to learn how to walk with that. And so I was just learning how to do everything, and so I didn't get home for about a month. And it's like, I mean, I went to the hospital, and I for sure the heck didn't think you know, that I wasn't coming home, and I kept saying, I want to go home, all I just want to do is go home. And I had, you know, we had called my family, Alan called my family, and he told me that I had a stroke, and mini stroke, and they said, what, Laura's in the hospital? You know, they couldn't believe it because I was never sick. And he told me it was just a mini stroke. Her blood pressure was sky high, and that's what caused it. And, you know, and I think what caused that was because I was eating way too much salt. You know, salt on everything. And then plus my weight, you know, that didn't help. And so ever since I had my stroke, my knee has been messed up. I haven't been able to get in the shower because the shower tub thing part is just too high for me to lift over and get in. So that's been 6 years. I have to walk with a walker when I go for my walks outside because I want to feel like, you know, steady and stuff. So, you know, I know what Heidi is going through. Hers is way worse than mine, but it just brings back the memories of how bad it was for me 6 years ago. And they couldn't believe. They said, you're pretty young. I said, I know, I'm 44. And they said, yeah, you're pretty young to be having a stroke, you know. And I said, I know. And you know, that just made me feel really bad excuse me, about myself, saying that, you know, you're too young and all that. And, so I think my stroke, I was lucky. I was one of the lucky ones because I didn't lose my ability to talk and my ability to, you know, eat and, you know, get dressed and do all that. Of course, I was still having trouble because of my leg. And anyway, so this stroke that Heidi had, it just brings back the memories. And I feel for her, even though, like I said, I don't know her. But, and she's so young. I mean, 23, that's pretty young. I mean, that's younger than I was. And she had lost weight and stuff. And so it's like, I would like to be curious on to see what brought this on for her, you know, because it wasn't her weight. I don't know if it was her blood pressure, I don't know, but it was my blood pressure. So this just, I'm rethinking back what happened 6 years ago. And it's, and it passed March 9th, because it's already the 13th, so I'm surprised I didn't think about this on the 9th, or maybe I had. And then, like, you know, my family, they didn't come out. I was calling my mom and I told her, you know, I could really use you out here. Excuse me. He's making me burp. And my sister, them, they didn't come out, and it's like I felt really bad and neglected that my family didn't want to come out and be with me and help me out and, you know, see what I need help with. And, you know, I could have used their help. But anyway, so that was not a very good time, a happy time for me that they didn't want to come out and be with me. And gee, dropping stuff. So I just wanted to reflect what happened March 9th, 6 years ago. And I'm still dealing with the remnants that this mini stroke has, you know, my knee. And now I need a new knee because it's gotten bad. So we all could just, you know, say big prayers for Heidi, that she recovers soon, and that way, you know, she needs to get on with her life. And hugs to you, Heidi, and you take care. And God bless everybody. I hope your health is, you know, okay, that you don't have to suffer anything as bad as this, and that Heidi and I have both suffered from. And just take care of yourselves and take care of your blood pressure, take care of, you know, get out there and exercise and keep losing the weight so that you don't go through this hassle. And it's just, it's not very fun. And I'm not trying to feel sorry for myself. I'm just glad that I will be okay as soon as I get a new knee. Hopefully. So y'all take care and have a great day. Bye.